Welcome to this free motion quilting tutorial. My name is Leah Day, and today I'm going to teach you how to quilt this design I'm calling Rings and Rings. So you're going to get started by stitching a half or quarter circle shape, which is kind of an arch shape. Then you travel stitch and echo it up. And I'm stitching on a pretty small scale here, so this is about 1/8 of an inch away. But you can widen that out if you want. The wider your echoes, the bigger the design. So now I'm travel stitching quite a distance away, and I'm going to swing around for another echo. And that's going to create the space for my circles inside. And I'm going to go on ahead and finish this by echoing this one more time. And that's going to be another close echo, trying to match the distance from this echo, just like the first set. So I'm trying to have that be consistent and equal. Okay. So now to fill it in with circles, and this might be easy or challenging for you, more challenging than the design pebbling, simply because you've got the lines on both sides, kind of like you're stitching, you have boundary lines for that circle. And for me, this was always easier. And the reason was I could more easily visualize the center of the circle. That's kind of the center point of the circle. And then I just estimate my space as I swung around that point to create that nice circle shape. You know, it's aiming for those edges. So here I'm looking to the edges I'm supposed to hit, aiming for those, hitting them, travel stitching, and it working out and filling. But you can tell this is a fairly slow and time-consuming design. That's okay. Just take your time with it, go slow, and form each shape as you go. So what happens if you start with an arch shape and you look at it and go, well, that's a little bit big. I didn't really want to make it that big. Just go on ahead and travel stitch inside to do your first echo, and that will shrink it down. And then you'll want to travel stitch much further out and swing out and around for your much wider echo. And again, these echoes really determine the scale of the design. If you want it to be stitched on a much smaller scale, keep this nice and tight, keep these lines close together. If you want it to be much bigger, then widen them out. You know, make that 2 inches wide or bigger, and it'll definitely take up a lot more space on your quilt, and it will end up nice and soft. So here I'm just filling in again with more circles. I'm looking at those boundary lines as I swing around, and I really like to kind of figure eight this, where I swing around and then I continue in that direction. So it just feels more natural as I'm quilting. Take your time and go slow. That's really the point here. With Rings and Rings, this is definitely going to be a design that you stitch slowly and carefully, and maybe use this as an accent, you know, around some small area within your quilt. I would not use this over a big space, just simply because it's going to be pretty time consuming to quilt. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed learning this new quilting design with me today. Definitely share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. And until next time, let's go quilt.